Hi, it's Roz, and it's nearly midnight on Tag Tuesday, so I'm doing a super quick tag because I said I'd try and kind of get normal service would be resumed, and I jolly well gonna squeeze the tag in, even though I should probably be going to bed instead. And I'm going to do a tag, and I'm not even sure what it's really called because I've seen it as the reading habits tag and the book habits tag, and also it's really similar to the how do you tag. And Alan, I think, tagged me in one version of this, and Noah in another. But like what Noah did and what I'm going to do too is say, like, this is a good tag for anyone who's relatively new to booktube, anyone who's been around like less than 6 months. So yeah, that's who I'm tagging. Okay, whistle stop, rush through it. Question number 1: do you have a certain place at home for reading? No, because I'll read anywhere and everywhere. So I'll read in bed, and I'll read sitting comfortably on the sofa, and I'll read in the garden. I'll read sat down on the stairs for a minute because I just thought I might have to read the next bit and didn't get any further. I used to read in the bath, but I rarely have a bath now. I mostly have showers, and I haven't yet perfected the art of reading in the shower. When I had small kids, I used to lock myself in the bathroom pretending to go to the loo so I could read a little bit. Yeah, I'll read anywhere. I'll read with one hand whilst cooking with the other hand. Yeah, why would you have one place for reading? Next question: do you use bookmarks or a random piece of paper? I mostly use bookmarks, but not like a posh bookmark, like bookmarks that come free with things, bookmarks from bookshops, books. I've got a favourite one that was like at somebody's wedding, the place settings, they had bookmarks, that was really sweet. Or old like greetings cards, that kind of thing. But I'm not a posh bookmark person. But generally, and I might use a bus ticket if I haven't got anything else. Can you just stop reading, or do you have to stop after a chapter or a certain number of pages? Not a certain number of pages. That sounds a bit OCD to me. If that's what you have to do, well, that's fine for you, but no. I do like to finish a chapter or a section if I can, and that has sometimes presents me with a bit of a problem because I'll read in bed at night, and there have been times when I've been reading and I'm just starting to fall asleep, but I think, oh no, I must finish the end of a chapter, I must finish the end of a section, I'll keep going, and then I'll fall asleep, and then I'll just wake up and I'll read another sentence trying to get to the end of the chapter, and then I'll fall asleep. And in the end I have to like just give up and let it go and think, no, I am asleep now, I'll put this book down and let it go. Question number 4: do you eat or drink while reading? Well, yes, because if you stopped reading to eat and drink, that would waste good reading time. There are kind of I did have one real disaster with a library book. My copy of Lincoln in the Bardo belonged to the library. I managed to spill some turmeric-y yellow staining kind of curry on it, and had to go back and own up at the library and pay for that copy. So I now own that copy, and the library had to buy another one. That is shameful, isn't it? Mostly I managed to like shake out the crumbs, and yeah, I'm a bit more careful now with library books. So, question number 5: multitasking. Yes, do you listen to music or watch TV whilst reading? No, I don't watch TV while reading unless I'm really trying to be sociable with the rest of the family and they're watching something really dull that I can kind of distract myself from and pretend isn't there, and I'll read. I'd rather not even have music playing when I'm reading. I'd rather read with kind of like nothing in the background. But Steve, my lovely husband, really likes to listen to music while he's reading. So if we're both reading, then we might have some music on. But I have to kind of like put in a special plea to not have music with really intrusive lyrics. If I'm reading something where the words really matter, so like if you're reading like kind of poetry or something, and then you've got someone singing a song in the background with a lot of words, that's a bit bemusing. So preferably nothing but instrumental music is okay. Question number 6. Do you read one thing at a time or several? Well, this has come up before. I used to be a monogamous reader. Maybe I might possibly have like some poetry going at the same time as a novel, or a bit of non-fiction that I might kind of like read some of and then read some fiction and then go back to the non-fiction. But basically I was a one book at a time kind of person. BookTube has messed up that in my mind a bit, and I'm more inclined now to have a couple of things on the go. But really, I'd rather, because the book that I'm reading is my other life, I'd rather immerse myself in it and not have several on the go at once, ideally. Reading at home or reading everywhere? Okay, I think you know the answer to this question. Obviously, I read everywhere, not just at home. Reading on in the park, reading on the beach, reading on the bus, reading on the train, or train journeys. I love train journeys because they're like such a good chance to read. The thing that I have to admit I also do is I read walking. So when I'm walking from one place to the other, I will try and read at the same time. This is less dangerous than people make it out to be, because your peripheral vision is much better than you think. To have a little experiment here, okay? So if you look at your hand, okay, come on, let's look down at your hand. All right, can you actually see a whole load of things around your hand? Yes, you can. So no, you don't endlessly walk into lampposts and other people if you read whilst you're walking. You do have to be a bit careful about things that are in your blind spot. I did once walk into a ladder that was on the back of a van because it was in my blind spot, and that gave me a bit of a nasty bruise. But most of the time, no, you don't. And obviously I stop when I come to like a place where I have to cross the road. And your hearing is really important when you're out and about to keep you safe, almost more important than having your full kind of visual attention, because you've got your peripheral vision. So, and I really loved the fact that in the book Milkman, which was one of my favourite books of the last couple of years, excellent book by Anna Burns, the main character in that just also reads when she walks, and that gave me a real kick when I came across that in that book. Question number 8. Do you read out loud or silently in your head? Okay, well, obviously I did lots of reading out loud when my children were younger. I really enjoyed doing it. One of the reasons I'm looking forward to having grandchildren is so I can read out loud again to them. Apart from that, no, I don't read out loud. I don't even read the words in my head, really. Most of the time they go straight from page to eye to brain, without being vocalized in any way. The exception to that would be something like poetry, where where you really need to kind of hear the words in your head, or some really lovely bits of prose. I might kind of do the page eye brain thing and then think, oh no, that's particularly lovely words, and stop and go back and kind of read it aloud, but only ever in my head, not out loud. So, question number 9. Do you read ahead or skip pages? No, of course not. What a ridiculous thing to do. Why would you do that? Very strange people, some of the people that came up with these questions, because that's like a non-question, isn't it? Yeah. Question number 10. Do you break the spine or do you keep your books like new? Okay, I'm not gentle with books, really. Books are there to be read. I don't want to keep them perfect. I have to be really, really careful. If someone lends me a book and I realize and they've already read it and it looks as good as new, if anything, I'll try and give it back to them, because I might spill tea on it, break the spine, do any number of bad things, drop it because I was reading it walking in the street, I don't know, whatever. So yes, I break the spine. Obviously, I have to be a bit careful with library books, but they tend to be a bit more robust hardbacks with covers on them, don't they? Which helps. So yeah, I'm afraid I am a spine breaker, and I definitely don't keep them looking like new. But on the other hand, the last question, number 11, is: do you write in your books? And strangely, although I'm not the least bit bothered about kind of breaking the spine, I don't really like writing in books. It's not something, yeah, goes against the grain somehow. Or maybe it's something that I associate too much with study, and a kind of the kind of studying that took some of the fun out of books. So yeah, maybe that's why I don't really write in them. Or maybe I'm too busy reading too quickly, and possibly not, yeah, I'm not usually reading in a situation where it would be really safe or convenient to write as well as whatever else I'm doing at the time, as well as reading, if that makes sense. Well, that was a great fun tag. Thank you for tagging me, Noah and Alan. As I say, I'm not going to tag anyone specific, but if you haven't done this tag and it's a nice one to do if you're still kind of quite new to BookTube like me. Okay, bye then.